Hey guys, today I want to show you a little something about the array modifier. And so this is what we'll get when we're done with it. It's a very easy way to create picket fences or anything that might require multiple objects, but you don't want to make them by hand. So I'm just gonna file new. If you saw my last video about the hallway, it showed you how I can make a long hallway using just one object. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So first what you want to do is you want to hit this down here so we can the scaling proportion. This is going to be one of our bars that hold the fence. So now we just want to thin this out to whatever you want it to be. Just like that. I think that's a good 2x4 or whatever. Let's pick it up a little more. Just like that, and then you can Shift E and Z, so you can move it up along the Z axis, just like that. Easy way. And now what we want to do is we want to spacebar and type in cube, enter, and this will give us a cube that we can shape to be our picket fence. Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna just move it along here. Go back to the scaling, and just like that. Now let's hit G and grab that along the x-axis so it's not sunken in. G and Z, so it's a little more straight, just like that. I think it could be a little smaller though, so I'm just gonna modify it just with whatever you want. So now that I have that, I want to hit tab for edit mode, hit A to deselect all, and control right, control R, so we can get our loop cut. So now that we have that loop cut here, let's get better visual position. I'm just shift right clicking on these. I'm just shift right clicking on these vertices, and I'm going to just scale them in. S, just like that. And I'm gonna hit G and Z so I can make them a little shorter and scale them in. You can just make whatever adjustments you think need to be done to your fence. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do the same thing down here. I'm gonna hit A to deselect. I'm just gonna right click on my vertices. Oh, sorry. Control R, bring that down, and then right click. Because if I don't, well, A to deselect, right click. Because if I don't, then when I scale it in, it's gonna scale this whole 2x4. And since I have this loop cut here, it's gonna stop right there. So you'll see what I mean. Scale, and just like that. And GZ, and like that. Yeah. I think it's a little fat, so I'm gonna, Control Z. I'm gonna tab out, then I'm gonna scale it in, make it a little thinner to actually look like a picket or whatever. Alright, so now I want to go over here to under modifiers and click array. And so right here, this tells you where you want your modifier to be. On the x-axis, which would be right in front of it. On the y, which would be alongside it, which is what we want. Or along the z, which would be going up and down. So let's click 0 right here. And let's just put 1 in z. And you can see they're stacked right on top of each other. That's not what we're going for here. So we want 1 under y. Bam, there we go. And here we have our picket fence. But now, I don't think they should be that close together. So I'm going to click on constant offs, which is the offset. And I want it offset along the y-axis. So along the y, I'm going to put 2. And there we go. Now, I think the spacing is alright. If you want different spacing, you can just, like, let's say 1.5, enter, closer. Then I can just play with that. And I'm going to scale out so I can see my whole picket fence. And under count, I'm just going to increase that count until I get to the end. And like I know right here it looks like they're going gradually up, like bigger, but that's just the angle you're viewing at. So here it is. Let's hit 0 for camera view, and let's just grab that camera and give it a better angle. Alright, so let's render that with F12. Here's your picket fence, and so that's how you use the array modifier. It's really helpful, especially for things like this where it's very time consuming to do things by hand when you have, better things to be modeling than a picket fence. Alright, thanks for watching. Any questions or tips, please comment below.